I've talked about this before. Please be kind to yourself. Please show yourself patience, and please be graceful in your process, all right? You're gonna wake up some days where it's gonna seem like nothing even matters, and you're just so fed up and so frustrated because that goal that you want is so out of tune with where you are. Just like every other human being in the world, you have probably started on some kind of personal development journey. Whether it's losing a little bit of weight, whether it's moving towards a healthier future, whether it is having more income or new clients, whatever it may be. Whatever you start, what most people do, the biggest mistake they make is they want immediate or instant gratification. What I mean by that is a lack of patience, a lack of dedication, a lack of commitment. You set a big lofty goal and you want to start moving towards it, but rather than being patient and waiting for the fruits of your labor to unfold, you want that thing immediately. You, let's say, have a goal of losing 20 pounds and you start on a fitness journey tomorrow. Rather than knowing that this process may take you up to a year or 2 years to really have that mental shift, that lifestyle change, things I've talked about on previous episodes of this podcast, is showing up as the version of yourself who already has those things. So instead of waiting a year or two to really put in the work and really see those results, if someone sets out a goal to lose 20 pounds, they start tomorrow, and if they don't lose 5 pounds within the next couple of days, they feel like it's not going to work and they go back to their old ways, and then self-sabotage kicks in. This is instant gratification, wanting the results immediately. You start a new business and you want to make, let's say, $100,000 this year in your business. And you've never made any money before running a business, being a business owner. So immediately your first goal is you say, okay, this month I'm going to make $10,000. And if you don't make even $1, you give up and you self-sabotage and you say, this is not going to work out for me. Again, instant gratification and wanting something immediately. This is where a lot of people fall back and go into setbacks and start self-sabotaging their own personal success. For you to really move forward in life, for you to really start getting the things that you want, for you to really start seeing the results that you want in whatever area it is in your life that you're trying to see results, you need to start focusing on delayed gratification. This is the patience, this is the consistency, this is the follow-through, this is the stuff I've talked about before. This is planting a tree and waiting years before you're able to see the shade and the fruit from the tree. It's literally chipping away at a boulder over and over and over again until it cracks, right? It is the delayed gratification. It is knowing that whatever you're doing right now, you may not see the results right away. You may not be visibly able to see the things that you're doing and seeing what's coming out of it. But when you keep putting in the work, when you keep doing the things that you need to be doing, the delayed gratification, the beauty of it is a year from now, 2 years from now, you'll be able to start seeing those results. Wanting to lose weight, whether it's 20 pounds, it starts with 1 pound. It's really funny because a lot of people will tell me, Arsalan bhai, I want to lose 20 pounds and I don't know where to start. And I tell them, start by losing 1 pound. And that might take a month or so if you've never gone to the gym, if you've never ate healthy in your life before. And they always tell me, but I don't want to lose 1 pound. I want to lose 20 pounds. And that's what kind of sucks here, right? People, it's all or nothing with a lot of people. It's all or nothing. I either have to have the entire thing or I don't want any of it all, right? Again, going back to the business example, if you want to make $100,000, I'll tell you, you have to make $1 first. You have to understand what it takes to make $1. You have to understand what goes into it. You have to understand what it's going to take of you, what kind of version it's going to take of you to start making that kind of money, right? But again, people will say, I don't want $1. I want $100,000. And again, $1 is going to get you to that big goal, whatever that goal is in your life. Really look back and take a step back and figure out what your goal is. And again, go listen to my episode on goals versus dreams, right? What is the difference between a goal and a dream? A dream always starts off with someday or one day I'm going to have something, right? A goal is more so planned out, it's strategic, it's writing things out on a daily basis, weekly basis. What are you going to do every single day, every single week, every single month to move you closer to that goal? And then you start putting in the work, and years from now, you're going to start seeing that delayed gratification, right? And look at it this other way. One more example that I can give you is if you start something today, a year from now, you're going to be so grateful. You're going to look back and say, I'm so excited that I started a year ago. I'm so further ahead than anyone else because I chose to start. The other option, the flip switch there is if you don't start something today, A year from now, you're going to look back and say, man, I wish I would have started. I had all the things that I could have really started right off the bat. I had all the resources, but I chose not to take the action. Because again, people want that instant gratification instead of focusing on the delayed gratification. And even with our business, one of our studios, Crystal and I, we really put our heart and soul into this amazing company. But where we are now, this didn't happen overnight. There was a lot of weeks and months of not knowing, being scared, waking up in the middle of the night, being like, how are we going to get through these next couple of months? Are we going to get the clients that we need? Are we going to have the income that we're going to need? And it was scary, and it's meant to be scary, right? If we had everything immediately in our business that we wanted, there is no personal development in that. Not just entrepreneurship, not just losing weight, not like all the things that you want to do. Is all a personal development journey. And what I mean by that, it is discovering yourself, is unlocking your fullest potential, is realizing what is going to take of you mentally, physically, spiritually to get to that point. And everything that you want on the other side of discomfort and fear, it is going to take a huge level of unease and uncomfort. The things that you want the most, you have to go through what is the discomfort, the things that are really not fun, the things that really make you question everything. That is aligned with the whole delayed gratification thing. And then once you get to that point of your journey of where you want to be, you can look back and look at all the things and all the months and all the weeks you went through heartache and ups and downs, those peaks and valleys. It wasn't a straight line, right? That success is never a straight line. That goal achieved is never a straight line. There's all those peaks and valleys. That's the delayed gratification. If you had something immediately that you wanted, you're never going to learn anything from it. You're going to take it for granted, rather. If you want to lose 20 pounds and you wake up tomorrow and you've lost 20 pounds, what have you learned in that journey? Nothing. You're going to fall back in your old ways, and even worse. And I've talked about this in one of the very early episodes of the Abundancy podcast. One of the very first episodes, I talked about folks that reach out and they say, Arsalan, I want 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I ask them, how many subscribers do you have right now? And they say, I have 10, right? So imagine if you woke up tomorrow and you had 200,000 subscribers. Are you equipped, qualified, and ready to show up for 200,000 people that are waiting to consume your content? Probably not. It is going to take you time to get to that point. So when people are waiting for you to show up and start creating consistent content that they love, videos that they are obsessed with, the quality and level of things that you're producing, you're not there yet. And that's okay. That's the personal development side of things. It takes time. You got to put in the time, put in the effort, and I promise you that delayed gratification comes months or years from now, but it is up to you to be ready and understanding for that process, okay? And then the final thing on this whole subject matter is showing yourself patience and grace. I've talked about this before. Please be kind to yourself. Please show yourself patience, and please be graceful in your process, all right? You're gonna wake up some days where it's gonna seem like nothing even matters, and you're just so fed up and so frustrated because that goal that you want is so out of tune with where you are. If you want to lose 20 pounds, maybe the first week you lose a pound, and maybe the following week you gain 3 pounds because of a lot of factors, right? How hydrated are you? How much sugar have you consumed? How much salt have you? I mean, there's a lot of variables when you get on that scale, and we can talk about that in a future episode. But if you're able to then gain a couple of pounds, you may give up and say, this is not for me, and then you step into self-sabotage. Please be patient with yourself. Be patient with your journey. Show yourself a little bit of love. And on the days that it gets really tricky and really hard, figure out what your why is and keep falling back on the why. In the next couple of episodes, I'm really excited to cover an amazing topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. It's how to be motivated. I get this question all the time, Arsalan, how are you always motivated? And the secret sauce behind that, what are my tips and tricks on how to be motivated and how to get up every single day to really tackle the things that you want to do. And again, it's a very individualized process. We'll talk about that in a few episodes ahead. But again, listen back to this episode, please, a couple more times, because the instant versus delayed gratification aspect of things is really important, and I want you to really understand this concept. Share this episode with someone who you really think needs it, someone who is maybe struggling in their personal development journey, whether it's fitness, entrepreneurship, relationships, whatever it may be. Share this with them and remind them that delayed gratification is what it takes to really get to that other side of where you want to be. Again, thank you for joining me on this episode of the Abundant podcast. I look forward to seeing you on Instagram. And if you are new, again, hello, Dost, welcome. Subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, and I will see you on next week's episode of the Abundant podcast on our weekly dates. In the meantime, my Dost, my beautiful friend, go out there, be amazing, be abundant. I love you. And remember, delayed gratification is where it's at. Have a great day, Dost. Thank you.